agent teams and workflows. So agent team is really encapsulates a workflow. It's a series of actions that are following that you've prescribed to accomplish a specific business task. That's what it is at the core of it. So it defines how a workflow behaves, how an agent behaves. A workflow basically defines that. And think of it as a playbook or a blueprint for doing anything. It's like you've given a recipe, right, to make a dish or accomplish a particular task. That's what essentially agent teams are in our Agent Studio. And they are assembled from reusable agents. So agent is an atomic concept. So agents are kind of workers usually. An agent team has a supervisor and workers under that pattern. And agent handles a specific task. So an example would be an HR concierge, for instance. You've built an agent team, which is an HR concierge, as an example. Then that can answer a variety of questions. But one of the agents is probably answering questions around benefits. One of the agents is answering questions around vacation policies. One of the agents is answering questions about maybe career growth. It can be one single sort of agent team that's like a one-stop shop for all HR-related questions. And that supervisor is distributing, like a point guard, essentially the ball to whichever agent makes sense. So it needs to know and interpret the user intent and pass along the task to a particular agent so that that particular agent has specific set of skills, specific task, specific behavior, so that it is equipped to solve that particular task. It'll do its job, return the answer back to the supervisor and back to the end user, essentially. Now, these agents, the single atomic agents, can be used in many different places. So they are all reusable agents in our studio, essentially. So these form sort of the core, they are the worker bees, right? They are doing the actual work, and they compose together to form an agent team. Tools are a very important concept, a very foundational concept within Agent Studio. And at the top, you'll see that is something that you'll see at the bottom of the Agent Studio. Tools appear there. You click on them, and you can start using the tools that are available, that we've made available, or you can create your new tools as well. So both are possible. They can integrate with external systems, API interactions possible. And essentially, a tool is how you would equip an agent to do its task. So if you're giving an agent a new tool, that means you're providing it with new capabilities. It's just like you do not have a wrench with you, you had screwdrivers, then you got yourself a wrench because it does a particular task. The screwdriver doesn't do it. So it's just like that. Think of it that way, right? The tools are what make the agent do things. That's how it accomplishes its task. And you can provide instructions in the prompt saying what it should do and what order the tool should be called, when should the tool be called, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of logic that goes into it behind the scenes. And they enhance the agent's capabilities, essentially making them more versatile, of course. If you're taking a tool away from a particular agent, then you're taking a capability away. So both apply. So you don't want it to do a certain thing, you can take it away. You can remove the tool from that agent, or you can add it back. So when we seed our agents, when we launch agents which are provided out of the box, for instance, they're coming with a lot of tools that are embedded that will accomplish the task. But then when you are building your agents, you can embed them with tools, and you can ship them that way, saying all the tools it needs to do the work that it's supposed to do. That's what it is, essentially. Topics are a concept within, so there are prompts and there are topics. So prompt provides a high-level instruction system prompt. It describes what an agent does. It has something called an agent role and things like that. then topic is more nuanced, meaning it will kind of help you sharpen the focus, if you will, sometimes. Or another example could be it's you can define the tone that should be followed in your company when you're responding, a particular style that you might have. In the topic, you may provide that instruction, and that topic can be reusable in multiple places. So topic is also kind of an atomic concept. You can have a topic that's specific to a particular agent and say, okay, you're supposed to answer this, only answer it in this sequence, and so on and so forth. You can get more granular there. You can do that, and that's very specific to a particular task. Or you can also say, hey, this is our tone in which we speak in our company when somebody calls us with a complaint or whatever it is. And that could be included as a topic, as a generic one that's seeded, and that can be included with all the agents and so on and so forth. So you can use it in a variety of ways. There's also actually topics can be used as to keep something on topic, so that the agent doesn't go off of that and do something else. Like tell it that you should not answer questions that are outside the purview of like HR, like saying, oh, what about something that's going on in the world politics or whatever it is, right? You don't want it to answer any of that. So you can specify it saying, don't answer anything that's outside the bounds of what you're supposed to do, what your role is. So things like that. You can enhance topics, use topics in a variety of nice, nuanced ways, and we'll get into details of that as well. So topics are more nuanced. Like I said, it'll sharpen the focus of a particular prompt. Something that you probably do not want to include in a system prompt, you can do it. You can experiment with it as well, and where it's working better or not, and so on. And also, there's a little bit nuance on depending on the model that you're using. Also, some things treat topic in a particular way, and some treat it in a different way. But we'll provide some tips and guidances for how to do it. Yeah. Is topics and guardrails the same? No, I mean, topics can be used to set some guardrails, but they're not a substitution for guardrails. Guardrails are more generic in the sense that generic and for a specific purpose. Guardrails can be for detecting, let's say, toxic content and so on. So there are a lot of times specific models that are running behind guardrails that are detecting that. It could be guardrail for detecting hallucination. It could be guardrail for against, like I said, toxic content, or it could be a PII, like stripping out PII information and so on before sending it. So guardrails tend to have more specific purpose for that. Topics can be more generic. I just said the topics guardrails example was it's more of a guidance saying, hey, don't go and answer questions which are like not on this topic, essentially. It's about intent detection there rather than any other forms of guardrails. So they're not a substituting mechanism. High level, a lot of these capabilities are there essentially in a low code, no code way, right? Meaning we ship with pre-built templates, which are our seeded agents. And you can clone a template and then you'll essentially create an agent out of it. That's how customers do. And they're extensible, lot of large language models are available, and more will be coming into the studio. You can have mix and match, you can swap them, all that capability is there. You can integrate humans into the loop. You can say that, okay, this particular step in the agents should be done by humans, so it'll pause for human input. So all of that is possible. Then there's a lot of monitoring, testing, and validation tools that we are building. We'll see some examples of it. It's going to be rolling out into product pretty soon, and we're really excited about that. We think that's one of the best in the industry in terms of how much testing and validation you can do, verification of all the agents before you launch, so that you can trust them, your customers can trust them, and so on. extensibility and integration with variety of tools, like external, both within Fusion, but also external tools and through APIs and REST services, and Model Context Protocol tools, MCP, all of that is coming up. So you can really extend these agents. We know that we can't build all the agents. You all can't also build all the agents collectively, what customers need. You can build many, and through this partnership and partner marketplace, it'll expand the capabilities for sure. But also there might still be areas where a customer will probably want to extend those anyway or customize them, and the capabilities exist.